Okay, it's 2023. Hope everybody had a good year. If you like me, Christmas has just gone past, obviously, and for creators, everything like that, even if you just like buying yourself stuff, it's kind of more of an excuse / reason to yeah, get yourself a present as well while everybody else is at it. I'm here with the Fez. If you missed it, almost wrote it off in the snow, but it's fine. It worked out. We've got new tyres on it. Should have been last month, but we got them this month, so that's what it's looking like. I should really put that plate on, to be fair. I'm going to show you what I bought over Christmas. This is it. It's the DJI RS3. I'm going to do a little review on it. I've come from the Ronin M. I started with it, got rid of that because it was just too big, bulky. I was doing a lot of YouTube videos, and when you're holding it like this, it gets very heavy on the old biceps, and even I can't hack it. I went to the Ronin S. Yes, the Ronin S. I'll throw up a picture. And it was pretty much like this. It was like a, what they call like a trigger handle sort of gimbal. I went to that, it was a lot lighter, it was a lot more nimble, it was a lot more practical, you know, I could throw it in the car, everything like this. So buying the DJI RS3 is because I had the Ronin S. Now, you know, if you're creating everything like that, you know, on Instagram, the whole vertical video things really become quite a trend. For car videos, you use a lot of FPV mode, control everything, the roll, tilt, pan, all of that. Yeah, I went back to trigger handle, and yeah, I just went for the RS3. They had like a combo deal on Amazon, so I said, yeah, I'll get it. I'm gonna go over the visuals first, right, before we get into the whole stabilization and what it actually does. I think I've damaged it a bit already. So we've got a little touchscreen here, which you didn't have on the Ronin S. The whole gimbal itself with the locking motors and everything like that is a lot more user friendly. That's not really why I bought the gimbal, but it is nice to have sort of the, you can lock it, do all of that stuff. Makes it easier to balance, which I'll show you in a second. Overall, really good. It's really light, really small, and I feel like I've got a lot more control over it. This actually did come with the DJI, which was pretty good actually. And I also bought like a quick release plate with it. I'm gonna get the Sony out and show you in a minute. But yeah, overall, really like the way it looks, the way it handles, but the way it performs, yet to find out. And this is actually my first sort of, I've played around with it in the house, doing some unboxing videos, all of that, but I've never actually physically used it to film anything. So let's get the Sony, and I'll show you how to balance it up and everything like that. So, I've got the Sony here. If you didn't know, I used the Sony A7iii with the Sigma 24-70 f2.8. It's a heavy setup, and I've also got a cage on it, which doesn't really help balancing the gimbal, but we'll show you how it does anyway. Right, so the first thing I have to mention, before you go out and say, oh yeah, I want to go buy all of this like I done, this, right, is a £500 gimbal. Before you even go to the Pro version, which is, I don't even know how much it is, it's well more expensive. This does not balance your camera in portrait. I don't care who tries to say it does, it doesn't. I've tried it so many times to balance this portrait. Now my Ronin S done it absolutely fine. It did struggle a bit when I was sort of doing the FPV mode, but if I just wanted to film just a normal portrait video, not do any of the crazy movements or anything like that, it done it fine. This can't do it at all. So I spent £500 on the gimbal, not knowing that, because nobody told me in the YouTube reviews, which I was quite annoyed about. So if you're doing the reviews and that, I need to know the negatives as well. So anyway, before we even get into it, I had to buy a vertical mount, which cost me an extra £45. So I'm already about £550 down for this gimbal just to film some portrait videos. But I do a lot of social media management, I do a lot of content creating for businesses, and it does require me to do some vertical filming. So I completely lost my train of thought, right? I just had the policeman turn up in a little Corsa, and I don't even know if he'll see this, but you're a sound guy. Anyway, I've gave him my card and everything like that. He wants some pictures maybe at some point, but besides that, he looked at the car, he said it's very nice, good ratings, and you know what? Yeah, I just can't believe what's just happened. Anyway, I completely forgot what I was saying and whereabouts in the video I was, but we're just going to crack on. Yeah, so I'm going to put it on, I'm going to stabilise it, calibrate it, do all of that, and then we're going to see how well this actually works, how well it, you know, stabilises a heavy camera, and we'll go from there. Now I'm going to turn it on. There's loads of cars out of nowhere. Right, hold on, there's an app on your phone you've got to use to do all of this. It asks for a password, but I've never had to log in, so this could be a lot longer than planned, and it's starting to rain, as it does. I'll be honest, I kind of wish I didn't buy this now and stuck with the Ronin S, only because the amount of faff with this gimbal, the faff Now I've got somebody calling me. Hello?
Hello, sorry brother, it's the PCR film you saw a minute ago.
Hi there, you alright?
Yeah, good. I just forgot to give you some advice. Just be careful with your equipment, because obviously you're in a place where you don't have, well, you're by yourself there as well. So just be wary of oncoming vans or some random people.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
But yeah, just keep yourself safe.
Yeah, wicked. I appreciate that, thank you.
No problem, take care.
Wicked, thank you.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. Sorry, I was a bit rude before that. That was the policeman. I never even got his name. He probably knows my name. I've never even got his name, but he did say if I wanted to call him, it's 999. So, same number for you lot, I guess. So, click here to reset the password. Enter new password. New password cannot match previous password. It's honestly, this makes me want to dash this and not even deal with it. I'll just add in some extra characters then. Password changed successfully. Activation complete. Let's carry on with the video. Auto tune. Right, it's tuning. So my old Ronin S used to do this in about 15 seconds and done. It's still going. You would think for an up-to-date gimbal, as well as costing £500, alright, it's finally done. You think it would be a bit quicker? That's just me. I'm gonna start the calibration so it's super smooth, and then we're gonna put it into FPV mode, and then we're gonna be able to fully review the gimbal. Calibration complete. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set the camera up. I shoot in 4K, 24 frames per second. We're gonna put you over here. I'm gonna do some double tap it. It's not even working. Come on. Right, let's sit you back down. And let's start again. I don't know why it's not finally started. What if I double tap this? Goes back to the same place. I'm going to do a little filming and everything like that, and I will give you my verdict afterwards. So just give me 5 minutes while I move around the car. Move you over here so you can see the swift movements. Hopefully nobody steals it, because I'm well over here. But straight away somebody wants to come in the car park, that's fine. Right, so you saw me doing all the balancing and everything like that. After doing some movements, some FPV stuff, it's a lot more compact, a lot more lighter than my Ronin S, which is good. I've got a lot more control over it. But for some reason, it's extremely sensitive. Like if I want to if I'm moving slowly like this, the gimbal follows exactly the same. The gimbal follows rapid, and it's on the low setting. It's, you know, everything's low, everything's slow. Yeah, it's just gone on night mode because it says it's unbalanced. Which I don't know, this just seems to be an issue for me. I don't know if it is for anybody else. Right, so that's it. I've just finished filming. I'll probably put up some clips that I've sort of put together and edited. I've got to give an honest review. It's a first opinion. It may change. But nah, I'll go back to the Ronin S tomorrow. Not worth it. Usability is great. That's not why I buy it. I buy it to stabilise the camera. So we'll see how that goes. It probably does well because all gimbals do reasonably okay at stabilising the camera. You would hope for £500 it would do a bit better than the average one, but I don't think it will do. The fact I had to buy another portrait mount just for this gimbal was a bit annoying, but you've got to invest. That's why I do it at the end of the day. And yeah, when I'm going around, it's locked at the moment. When I'm going around, I can feel a little, you know, like a weight transfer. there seems to be something loose. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's normal. But again, you would hope not. I'll be honest, after this, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's not worth the hype. If anybody says, oh look, it's the best gimbal I've ever had, you should buy one, they're definitely trying to justify the £500 they just spent on this gimbal. If I had the choice, I'd probably go back, look at a few others, see if there's a cheaper alternative that does the same thing, because there probably is, knowing DJI. But that's it. Put it back to pan, follow. You got little clips on the side here that you can change quite easily, quite quickly, which is good. But again, I don't buy a gimbal for it to be easier to use. I'll buy it so it can stabilise my camera. And I've also lost the practicality of switching over to portrait, switching over to landscape, trying to buy this vertical mount, which I have to take off and put the landscape one on if I want to do landscape videos. Anyway, I'm done dissing this gimbal. Yeah, we've bought it now. Hopefully we can get used to it. There's somebody else coming in the car park. And yeah, if you're looking to buy it, message me separately or either comment. I'll give you my full sort of opinion on it. But that's it for this review. We're going to see how it goes. I may do another review a few months down the line if I've gotten used to it, if I've gotten to grips with it, and we'll go from there. But yeah, Ronin S, maybe a 6 out of 10 I would say for now. But we'll see you on the next one.